popular by martial arts expert and film star Bruce Lee. The karate style is called Wing Chun, and as Gene Pica reports, local karate experts gathered to learn from Lee's teacher how the style is executed.
This man is Sifu William Cheung. He is a grand master in the karate style of Wing Chun, as demonstrated on this wooden dummy representing a man. Cheung says he has been studying the technique for 32 years, a technique he says was secretively handed down over generations from a Buddhist nun and has just recently gained popularity through the karate films made by Bruce Lee.
And it was developed by a woman 250 years ago in China. And it is unique because it was developed by a woman. It does not use force against force, rather using the scientific advantage, effective techniques to counter adversaries.
Philosophically, Cheung says the technique makes an individual more aware of themselves, which he says creates a confidence, especially advantageous for women, as was intended by its creator. Cheung's demonstration at the Holiday Inn today in Eugene is part of a national tour he's been conducting for over a month. To return to Hong Kong next week, Cheung says he will come back to Eugene this summer to expand on his demonstrations. Gene Pica, Northwest News.
Pat McGilvery
was a grand master of Kung Fu. Eric Mason attended the Kung Fu session and has this report.
He is the Grand Master of Wing Chun, a form of Kung Fu. His name is William Cheung. He was responsible for starting best friend Bruce Lee in Kung Fu lessons. While a teenager, he was the most revered Kung Fu street fighter in Hong Kong. After years of training and prestigious awards, he is a Grand Master of this style of Kung Fu. Today in Eugene, he's teaching American students and instructors of martial arts on the finer points of Wing Chun.
This style of Kung Fu is called Wing Chun, and it was developed by a woman 250 years ago. The difference is this style combined with internal as well as external energy. And because developed by a woman is such more efficient for a woman to compete against a man.
Cheung adds that it's this form of Kung Fu that is used against adversaries and most useful in self-defense. William Cheung is a grand master because of his great defensive moves, but he's also a legend in his own time because of his mysterious feats. Cheung says his energy was transferred to the eggshells. That's what kept them from breaking. Some would call it a miracle. For Cheung's students, it was just another day in the life of a Kung Fu master. Eric Mason, KMTR 16 News.
Oh, man, it was some tough news for Jim Haney tonight. It was a real squeaker, wasn't it? But
sure was.
The Beavers pulled through.
That's right. Good news in court.
You want this on or off?
Yeah, leave it on. Point it up more towards the ceiling.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm going to have fun for the next couple.
Smile.
Yeah. Can you say
I can't get them all in.
Oh. Let me show you
There. Cool.
Okay, ready?
Ready. Oh, yeah, lift the lid up.
Oh. Okay, here goes. There.
Oh, did you turn that off?
Is it turned on?
Flash. The flash. You turn it off.
It's on. It was on. Didn't it flash?
No, it flash. There should be enough light there. There's enough light there.
It said ready, and if it didn't flash,
No, it's. Try it again. Shoot another one. What the heck? Is the red light on?
Yeah.
Is the red light on?
It said ready.
No, I mean the red light's on now.
Yeah.
All right, try again. Try again. Yeah.
Okay.
Against kicks, right? The most important thing about technique against kicks is that you must, because always a kick is a lead to another attack. So if you stay in the same position, then you're going to have to stop the kick and stop the other attack, and you put yourself in a very, very dangerous situation. So what you should do is to trying to slip in a side step, shift your body position so that you are no longer in the target area, right? So we're going to do something like this, right? Cross, right?
No, it's fine.
Cross, right? You stop. Assume this is the kick comes along. Across, right? And then bring this arm up, right? So across, bring this arm up, and then punch, right? So across, bring this arm up, and punch. Right? So if I get somebody along here, just do a round kick, right here. There, right? So, right? So I am shifting across that way, right? All right. So the initial counter is not. Sometimes you cannot reach to the knee, so you're using that to reach to the knee. Right? So you sort of progress from this point to that point, and then you can counter. Right? So maybe from here, then you can kick. Right? So that's why when you step across, right, you put your weight here, so you can use that for counter attack. All right. So I'll just cross. Right. Right. Okay. So we just line up and then we go through. Now just from we won't do the kick first. We just do the arm movement. Right? So from here across, bring this arm around from the inside. Step towards this point, right? Otherwise, you step inside the person. You step towards this point, and then you punch. Right? So, across, around, punch. Right? Across, around, punch. Good. Right? So you jam that kick into here. Bring this around. All right. Now I'll do it facing you, and so you can see what you're doing. Across. Bring your left foot behind. Turn it here. Turn it out. Turn it out. Yeah, good. And then bring this arm around. And step towards this point, towards the right palm. Good. Right. So. Across, around, step forward, and punch. Across, around, punch. Good. Right. Across, around, punch. Good. Right.
You step at around?
Yeah. See, because right. So from here, right. So you got. You're coming around from the top. You stop it, coming around to the top. Okay?
One more time.
All right. Yeah. Right. Because you've got to move rather quick. Right? So that controls his balance. Once you contact the knee, it controls his balance. He cannot kick again. But if you deflect here, and he can flick again, with his foot.
The initial stop is on the shin. At the shin.
Yeah, you reach to
Here.
Yeah, but don't use here. Use the mid part. So that use the mid part. Now pack those fingers together. Right? But you'll stop in here anyway. But this might make contact. Right? So there, and then you put this around, and then punch. Yeah.
Over the top like this.
Yeah, around. Yeah, around. There, around, and punch. All right. So let's pair up, and this is for left round kick. Right? But I want to keep him there, and right? Here's two. You can lift him up. Right? That stop, that lift.
Can you show the
The second move of the arm in slow motion. I'll leave it right there.
There. Yes. Same thing that you. Yeah.
That one perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. So you just this way, and then hold this point, and that way. So this one. But that is the most important thing. That side step. Because usually they just kick, and then this one follows. So you're using two arms. You don't want to be staying in the same target area. You want to shift. So we have to redirect. And sometimes he cannot redirect because he's not free. His balance is being controlled. Okay. All right. So trying to hold this point here. Just bring this around. Okay. Right. So you away from this punch. We're not worried about she's kicking or not. You just want to have a direction. So she's there, right? I move across. So like I'm facing more or less that point, right? And then I'm going over there. That's the knee, right? So I step towards this point, right? And then I come back here. Can you see the difference? Right? I go across there. I step towards this point, not in here. A lot of you going in here, so you walk into two arms. Right? So across there, you're going there, and then there's the body there.
Center line still facing.
You face here.
Right.
That's your defense. Center lines only deal with defense. Attack.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's your defense because all your techniques come from the elbow in the center. So that's why you must face the point of defense. Face the point of defense, right? So you go across, right? Around, right? Without moving this very much, right? Around, and then you step towards that point, and then you come back to the attack. But you're still facing here. Okay? Are we clear? All right. So now we want to go on to you can combine this exercise, If he kicks with the front leg, right? If he kicks with the front leg, if he kicks with the front leg, yeah, right? So he has to go past your arm, isn't it? No, front. Okay. Right. Right. He has to go past your arm. Right? So the trick is not to let him go past your arm. Then you have to look for this kick. Right? So from here, right? Right? So you just no. Can you kick the front leg? You just shift in and kick. Right? How do you kick? Show me how you kick.
Front leg.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Right? Yeah. Shift in, isn't it? Right? Remember, I never lied to you. They must shift in and then kick, isn't it? There's no other way. I'm here. No way you can kick me. How can you kick me? Unless you kick with the rear foot that we dealt with. Right? So you have to shift in, right? Right? Shift in and kick. Right? So now the trick is to stop it coming up. But sometimes you cannot stop it coming up, right? So you're doing the same technique. You use the same technique. But if you can stop it coming up, so it saves you a lot of work, right? Because it doesn't matter how strong he is, that will stop it. Right? So same thing with the side kick. Right? Same thing with the side kick. You just stop it coming, right? Right? Okay, is it similar? I think it's very much similar. You still do the same thing, except you push it across that way with the side kick. And with the round kick, you push it across there. Right? Okay. All right. You watch the knee, and I give you a lot of information from there. Right? Yes?
What you're doing is trying to catch it coming up, and if it comes past
Yeah, how fast you got to bring this arm, right? And then you got to use that. Right. See, if you watch another point, another part of the foot, or somewhere near the foot, it will be so fast, and you cannot take it because it goes too fast. Right? So it's better to watch the knee. Right? Watch the knee. You know, just cover to the knee. Right? All right. So get your elbow behind your movement. Elbow behind your movement means that you keep the elbow in, and then that is strong. That is not strong, and that's the gap here. There's no gap. Can you see that? So and that. All right. So let's try the shifting in, side kick or round kick. So just get the feel of it. Then what's the difference, right? Can you understand? Some of you are going the wrong way. Yeah. Some of you are doing with right. That's all right. Right. Let's do it this way. Right. Shift in. Yeah. Shift in. Right. And some of you doing that. That's okay. But I want you to. Yeah. All right. Some of you are doing that, right? But it's right arm against right kick. I don't want you to do it yet because there's something else that you have to watch out for. But doing with left arm against, see that? You, right? Left arm against right kick. Right?
And then when he was to kick the other side, you just go the other way instead of instead of dealing with your right hand when he switches.
No. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to what to look out for when you're doing with the other one. Because he could shift in, right? He could. Now, if he's dealing with this my kick, right?
Yeah.
So I could shift in and I could do that. Right? Coming right out. Well, we haven't come to that technique yet.
But for now, you just switch.
For now, we want left arm against right kick, or right arm against left kick. Push across, and then you go in. Right? That is against the side kick. Push across and go in. But see, if it's cross leg, right? If it's cross leg, so that means right leg against right arm, right? Cross. So you don't want to go to the outside, push it away, and then the hook kick will hit you on the head or hit you on the kidney. So you don't do that. So it's better that you do covering from the inside, right? So, right? So say for instance, right? He comes in, right? See that? Right? Right. So you still do this one in case you miss, right? In case I miss with this thing, right? But I hope I don't miss, right? So, but if I just keep right? If I do that, it could come back this way. The hook kick could come back this way. Then I have to deal with it again, and then this punch will get on top of me. Do you understand? So I think that it's better. There are techniques that, but, it's more sophisticated technique that can deal with it, but not just in, a couple of hours time, right? So I think it would be better that you just do that, right? So round kick, same thing, right? Because it's just in front of you here, all right?
What about the possibility of him following through with his
punch? Yeah.
Rear hand?
Yeah. Right.
This hand?
Yeah. Right. You're in the position to deal with that. Okay. So that's why you don't step in here. You step away. You step away from, not into the body. Never step into the body. Then you have to deal with two arms. Okay. Okay. So can we do this? You've done the technique. You have done the technique. It's just better off, So that's why a wooden dummy technique, if you have bought one, that in the first 20 there's a lot of dealing with kicks, right? And the one that, right, the one that you go across, around, right, across, around, right. So assume this is the kick. You go across, right, and then covering around. Okay, so can we pair it up and now and exercise. It's fine. So you bring from here. I deliberately lift out this movement because this movement only a definition of the central line. It's not a technique. Right? Normally speaking, that you do that, then you do the punch, right? But that movement is only a definition of the central line. I just go through that. Generally, in the other Wing Chun practitioner, they will be doing this, the Tan Sao this way. But the Tan Sao works for on top of the opponent's arm. So to get on top, you got to go higher, right? And then they do the Fuk Sao this way, right? In fact, that is the path there, if you can see from there. So if I do that, the path will be directed away from my body. So that's the Fuk Sao. The Bong Sao, they do it this way. But the Bong Sao come from a bird. So the wing of the bird, right? So if the wing of the bird is like that, it's got a broken wing. So it's be like that. And that come from a fox. A fox. You know, you see the dog when they get up, they do that. Right. So, right. And the difference is the pointed toes. The breathing, we're going to go through with some breathing exercise, right? Breathing is very important in exercise, in Kung Fu, in any other exercise. So you have to know how to breathe, right? Firstly, you always do the breathing out first, then you breathe in. There's one cycle. Out, and then in, right? So one cycle, right? Why you breathe out? Because the first breath you take, when you come out, when you're born, you breathe out first, right? First thing you do, you cry, so you breathe out first, then you breathe in, right? So it's to do with the nature, this the influence of the nature, right? So you breathe out first. So maybe we line up across here, and we do just a couple exercises that you can take it home and practice. Right? This exercise I'm doing with to do with getting the flow of your electricity. Yeah, in fact your body has sort of emitting electricity all the time. So you're actually using the electricity to help the circulation of your qi on the meridians. Meridians is like the bus route or the train line, and the pressure point is the junction of the meridian, right? So it's a breathing point, so that's why you press here, you sort of have a different sensation, you press there, a different sensation, you press here, different sensation. There's 32 meridians on the body. There are thousands of pressure points, and there are some pressure points are very, very vulnerable, very effective, you know, for killing and curing, you know. Okay. So we're gonna do a couple exercises that are very good. Firstly, this one is it's just sort of a natural breathing movement. You breathe with the tongue touching the upper palate of your mouth and keep your mouth closed, right? So as soon as you do that, you have a lot of mouth, the saliva coming down, right? And this saliva is to nourish your system. And the saliva is the best medicine you can have, best natural medicine. You probably notice that animal, when they are wounded, and they lick the wound with the saliva, and when they're sick, they swallow the saliva. Same thing that back in the old days, we didn't have all these different medicines, herbs, or different things. You can actually cure a lot of disease with the saliva, right? And that is inherited, through the system. And that, breathing exercise, the breathing exercise, is to train you to be able to use the saliva to improve your system. Right? And this training is supposed to be top secret in this Shaolin temple long time ago, and it's supposed to keep your youth and you can live for hundreds of years, right? So we stand like this, tuck your tail, tense this, so that the energies concentrate on this point, what they call the dantian. It's an imaginary point that a few inches below your belly, belly button, and all the energies, sort of concentrate in there, right? So you bring up your arm first. Remember, you breathe out first, right? So you breathe out through your nose, right? Right, from down here. And then you bring the air in when you bring up your arm. Now your air is in here, so I want you to push it down slightly to the lower part of the abdomen. Then you bring it out. Right? And then you bring it in. Right? And then you push it down. Right? And then you bring it out. Right? So you just keep going. You just want the coming out from the front, the air going back in from the back, and then coming out from the front, sort of a loop like that. So you just do it on your own speed, because it's so. So when you do this exercise, you do the multiple of 4 or multiple of 9, right? So you either do 4 or 9 times, or multiple of 4 or multiple of 9, all right? Okay. So this is one exercise that you just get the energy generated from here, sort of flow like coming out this way and coming in from the back, coming out from the front. Right? Yes.
Are you trying to keep the chest flat, just breathe through the abdomen, or are you inflating the chest?
Oh, you inflate. You inflate and then you push it down. Right. It's a whole lung exercise, right? So another one that you probably get more sensation from this one, that you're actually transmitting the negative electrons from the left palm to the right palm, right? So you from here, you put the palm, right? You put the palm, right palm over that, and you breathe out by rotating it over here to the right side, and then you breathe in by rotating it, right? And then out, and then in, right? Right. So straight away you can feel the warmth, right? You just keep going, right? Straight away you can feel the warmth from the palm, from your palm. That yeah. So this is to actually work with the energy inside, your body. Yeah, exhale going to the right, and then inhale coming to the left. Yes?
And all of these breathing exercises?
With the tongue, yeah, with the tongue. And then breathe through the nose, right? Not the mouth, right?
Both in and out through the nose?
Yeah, in and out through the nose, right?
This exercise, after inhaling, you compress.
Yeah. Right, but don't force your air down, right? Just sort of let it go down, right? Can you understand? Don't go like that. Right? Okay.
4 and 9.
Multiple of 4, multiple of 9. Right? Of course, this is not the right hemisphere to do it, but but you can feel that you can feel that the palm, the warmth from your palm, that the energy sort of electricity sort of flow from one to the other. Okay. So that would be a very good exercise that, for relaxation, for waking up, for relaxation before you go to bed, or waking up after you've been to bed. Probably that takes up the whole day. Okay. So now what we're going to do? Any request? Anyone want to do anything?
Cheung?
Yes?
You see some cheese salad?
Oh, yeah. We'll do some cheese salad.
Chun.
Do you want to do some Chun?
The second one, if we can see more. The second one, it has more footwork. Can you explain the difference between the Salon advanced and the advanced Salon a little bit more footwork in it? Or?
No, shouldn't have no footwork, except just one circular movement.
It has one. I was thinking the advanced Salon had
just one circular movement. Just that one.
Okay, that's all. That's only one.
You also said that you were going to demonstrate how to develop more power in our punching.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. So we're going to get to it. Okay, we're going to do Well, I'm going to show you a champion form. Okay. Get back here. Cheung works on a parallel line and what you call a 45-degree direction on this line. Right? So works across here. Maybe we do some chi sao exercise. Chi sao is to train your contact reflexes. So the objective is not to hit the opponent, because the objective is to understand how the force applied to you, how to interpret it. Right? So because it's not a fighting stance, it's not a fighting technique. It does not resemble anything, because you don't fight like that. Right? It's only an exercise to train be able to maneuver in close range, your contact reflexes, sensitivity, balance, maneuvering your arms, and timing, right? And also training your eyes. Yeah. So I'm going to give you an exercise that very, very simple exercise, and then you will be able to develop from there. Right? So maybe we line up across and slightly trying to get the elbow in, the right arm that turns up. So from here, right? So get yourself balanced. Right? Now, don't have this horizontal, right? Have this slightly here, right? So that you can see the path is actually forcing my arm, right? If you do that, it's not easy. Okay. So we just rotate to the bong sao. It's just tan sao and bong sao just turning around with the elbow from the shoulder. Right? Okay? So just rotate. Very simple movement. Right? Yeah, just do that. Do it for a few times. Just do it slowly, right? Slowly, so that you can actually understand every point of the movement. Understand every point of the movement. So I want you to register every point, your conscience actually going into every point of your movement. Right? Okay. So elbow in. Okay. Good. I don't believe that. Right? But this is an exercise to train you. So how does it train you? Train you to register every point of the movement, get your awareness into what you're doing, right? So when you rotate together, and then you feel the changes of the energy coming through to you, right? And that is very important, right? That's very important. It's like feeling, you know, it's like when you first drive the car, and you feel the vibration from the wheel, and when the tire contacting the road, and you feel that you are actually making control of it, right? So it doesn't do anything that you do that. It doesn't learn, you don't learn anything, you do that. You can do it 100 years, you cannot learn anything, right? You're going to do it. My conscience is in it, understanding what I'm doing, right? How do I interpret the force, whether she's coming towards me or she's coming over there, so I can, you know, plan for my next move, right? And I'm protecting myself with my elbows out. I can feel, wow, I'm pretty open. She can strike me here, but my elbow in, and she cannot do that. Can you understand? Right? So you do it slowly, right? You do it slowly first. Okay? Do it slowly first. See that? See that? So you got to have full control of your faculties. Then you move this arm, you don't move that one, right? So just how inadequate we are that, you know, we cannot even tell the arm what to do. Right? Right, so do it. Right. You know, it's probably demoralizing that you go back to doing this, because some of you probably have been doing it for years and years. But always that if you can take one step backward and then you take 2 steps forward, then you are learning. But you're just taking a step forward, you're not learning, you're just going backward. You're going in the wrong direction. Right? So this is sort of self-examination. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to take the 2 Fook Sao, rotate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Rotate. Okay, now let's get your balance first. Okay, 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, 3. And then rotate. Now check your elbow. Check everything. Okay, 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, Fook Sao, rotate. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, Fook Sao, rotate. Okay. So 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2. Okay. Now change over. Change over. We haven't finished yet. Change over. Okay. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, 3. Right? And rotate. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, 3. Now that's in the center. This part in the center. Okay, let's keep going. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're going to put the two together. Right? You're going to put the two together. So 1, oh, hang on, sorry. Okay. So 1, 2, focus out, rotate. 1, 2, focus out, hands up, rotate. So it's not easy, isn't it? Life doesn't mean to be easy. 1, 2, focus out, rotate. 1, hands out, focus out, rotate. 1, 2, focus out, rotate. 1, 2, focus out, rotate. Okay, so can we do that?
It's a little more.
Straight. You straight your arm, hold your
I can't see them.
Oh. I always have the disadvantage. Right? So from here, get your arm straight. Arm straight. Now you're going to push over that way, and I'm going to push the other way. Right? So, right. Right? So that's very good isometric exercise. Right? Arm must be straight. Right? Arm must be straight. Right? So, right? Arm must be straight. Arm must be straight. Right? So arm must be straight. Okay? So that's very good exercise. Right? Or the other one.
Bob, why did you push too?
The other one, you turn this way, and then I turn that way. Right. So he's got the, just hang on a second. He's got the advantage of youth on him. So 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. That's very, very good exercise. Right? So we can do that just to feel, arm must be straight, right? Otherwise you double your power and then it's not fair to your partner. Arm break. Right? Right? So a punch comes in, right? Right? You straighten this punch up, right? So you get it back this way. I get it back this way. Okay? So get it back this way. Okay? So it is actually push across and then come back that way. Right? You've got to get the punch away from you first, right? And then back. All right.
Using the forearm to bring your arm back.
Yeah. Using. Right. Right.
See, is the block similar to what we were doing with the leg with the roundhouse?
No. Oh yeah, you got a disadvantage. Right. So from here, punch. Right. See that? So it stretches this arm up. The first one is only a deflection block, right? And then the second one, right, snap. All right? Yeah. Okay. questions? Anyone wish to ask anything that we learned today?
How many parts do you break down that Fuji form into?
You have the elbow and the beauty, the first part. And then you have the gang sao, and then the kun sao, and then the lap sao. And then the fak sao. Before
Go back a little bit.
If it has been that I would have taken the women in there because I feel that was
Light.
It's a white seat.
Under light. That's good enough right there.
Did you ever get either? Yeah. No. You're sitting on the I'm taking it there. And I won't do your stages.
I always saw the picture of the spot. It's a piece of
every time you
that trader. For wonder. Your arm hold everything.
That's really cool.
As soon as you